Well, good morning, my friends. I thought this morning I would give you a quick little tour of what is and isn't and was and wasn't going on. So let's start. Oh, there's a ladder. Start over here. My father-in-law came over and started working on the apple tree. I think this is about where we're going to stop for right now because of that bird nest that's in there. But the hawthorn is coming out. He has taken it upon, well, I didn't take it upon myself. He asked me what I was going to do with it. Then I told him I was going to take it out. So he decided, okay, I'll take it out. So he's coming over and taking it out. So, which is pretty awesome because it's something I was going to do anyways. We are going to need to plant another tree in there, but not a hawthorn. There's a lot of noise going on in the chicken coop run thing today. Let's see what all the noise is. What are you doing, you silly man? Hey, you're in the... What are you doing in there? Man, you guys are kind of weird. Hey, you might want to get down. Go on. Get down. You gonna listen to me? I said, get down. Oh, there's Mama Duck. So, unfortunately, she lost all of her babies. None of them made it. And because none of them made it, you know these guys. They're just like constantly at each other. Whatever. I decided to do this. So we have another mama duck in there, and she's sitting on a clutch of eggs. There's probably 15 to 20 eggs in there. But I built her a pen. So then this way, she's got her own food and her own water. And nobody can get in there to, well, harm the babies. And so I can get her water and her food and that kind of stuff. But I just kind of took some chicken wire and built her a little enclosure. And I put a thing on the top of it so that the chickens can't get in there. And yeah, so she's pretty secure. She's got water and food. And here hopefully in the next week, sometime in the next week, she'll have her babies. So I figured, probably a good idea just to protect her a little bit from the crazy. So it is now time. So this weekend, this mommy and babies are going to get separated. There are 8 babies in total. I don't know how many boys and I don't know how many girls. I haven't counted them. But mommy is going to get her cage back to herself. And same with down here. This is Mochi, apparently. The kids named it. Little brown one. And very hyper. That's Mochi. Mochi's going to get her own cage, and that is a girl. So, and then over here I have Bucky, and his bottom to his cage is falling apart, so I'm gonna have to pull him out and fix the bottom of the cage. And I want to start calling this guy here Bobblehead because his head wiggles back and forth side to side. But this is Peter. Peter is the father to those babies over there. And this guy right here, Bucky, is the father to Mochi. So Yippers. It's about time to change out some water. So, let's get moving on. Let's see what else is going on. Is mommy is in the nest. Let's look. Mommy is not in the nest. Let's see if I can show you some babies. Oh, here comes mommy. There she is. Get out of the way. Mommy's got, looks like a worm. You got a worm for babies, mama? Anyways, there's babies there. She'll feed them. I'll get out of her way. Mommy's in there. Very protective of her babies. So, yeah, gonna cut that out. And then up against the fence over there, we have a ton of wood. And I'm gonna pull all that wood out of there. And I'm gonna put a fence up. Which would be really nice to put a fence up because you can see into like 5 or 6 of the neighbors' yards. And I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of privacy. So, I found some holes on the trampoline the other day. So the trampoline cover is gonna, or top is gonna have to be replaced probably for next year. The grapes are looking good. It's gonna have grapes this year. Kind of excited about that. The last 3 or 4 days, it's just been raining like crazy, so everything's looking great. Onions are looking great. Spinach is looking great. Brassicas are looking great. This is the Brussels sprouts variety, I think. The tomatoes are looking fantastic. And I did something. I went and got that conduit and the PVC pipes and fixed it. So, I'm going to try this year. Single vine, up a string for my tomatoes. Now this whole bed right here is a bunch of different stuff, and it was all kind of sown by seed. Now, if you remember, this particular bed has got the wood chips in it. It hasn't been sifted, which is why I think it has such poor germination rates. So I'm gonna go back through this weekend, and where there's huge gaps, I'm gonna try to re-sow some seeds. They'll be a little bit behind, but that's all right. But the carrots down here in the end, the carrots are coming up, looking good. So, and then I'll swing over. So this is the zucchini, and I thought I was gonna lose these guys. They're coming up. Then I planted a couple of more zucchini plants. And, yeah. So, I found out in England and most of Europe that zucchini has another name. We call it here in the States zucchini. But apparently it has another name. And if you can tell me what the other name is for it, the more popular name in the UK, in the comments section, you'll get 2 free brownie points. Oh, and then down here on the ground, I just planted, I'm going to end up having to move them, but I didn't have anywhere else to put them. But this is rhubarb that I got from a friend of mine, and it's just now starting to come up, which is good because I killed rhubarb. I killed rhubarb like nobody's business. Lots of weeds, and all these weeds gotta get pulled. But these barrels here, or black barrels, they're not barrels. these tires, they all need to get weeded, but they have asparagus in them. So kind of excited about that. Maybe the next year or two they'll produce good enough that I can actually get some asparagus off of them in the spring. But I gotta go through and weed all that. I've just been so darn busy. That's kind of how it is, though. Oh yeah, he's busy. He's always busy. He's never not busy. Ha. Oh, and then these are my beans, my pole beans, or runner beans, I believe is what they're called. Some of it. I got. I think these ones are French bean. There's two different varieties here, but by looking at it like this, you would never tell. And then these are the raspberry bushes I planted last year. They're doing amazingly well. Eventually, where this little fence is, there'll be raspberries all the way down to the wooden fence. So I think I'll be planting a ton of raspberries as life goes on. And then down here, these onions, these are the what do they call them? I'm drawing a blank again. The onions that fall over and they have babies. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. And then my first tomato that I'm just letting go wild. I'm not taking any of the suckers off of this one or anything. It's already got tomatoes on it. I draw a blank on a lot of things. Just kind of the way it is these days. This is another grapevine. I went to go see if I could find yesterday a cattle panel, and unfortunately I could not. So I'm gonna have to go to the feed store, I think. And this is my old sink that was in the basement. It looks like one of my son's shoes. And I just turned it into a planter. I busted a big hole in the bottom of it, and it's now a planter, and it seems like it's doing great. So, and that's those are alyssums that I have in there. That's pretty much it for the first week of June. Today's like June, what is this? I think this is June 10th now. So, alright, you guys, you have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. And, oh look, blueberries. And I'll see you guys next time.